Jelena Petkovic, you are born in Belgrade, Serbia, in a family of creators. Your grandfather taught you at a short age a great savvy line. It's not about if we can do it, it's about how can we do it. Your mother is an architect. You went to Paris, where you reside today, to study interior design. However, until 2017 is when you realized you were born to be an artist. How are you, Jelena?
I am great and very happy to be here with you today.
At early age, we're surrounded by artists, your mother, your grandfather, and probably surrounded by many books of arts. And probably you saw your mother and your grandfather drawing continuously.
Exactly.
Who is the most predominant artist influencing your art?
Well, for me, it's kind of hard to speak about artists because I feel like I'm influenced with so much. But I think the one artist that influenced me the most, and it kind of influenced my love of art. And it's not really obvious in my art, but it was Van Gogh, because actually when I was a kid, I loved the strong colors, the intensive colors, as I do today. And my teachers at that moment were explaining me how I'm not really talented in painting because it's too bright, it's unrealistic. And so I think learning about Van Gogh, and he was a person that I would say, well, here it is, it does exist, it's not me. And I can do it like this. So actually in university, I came back to painting, and I really found like I found my voice, my style with these bright colors. So I think he is the one that influenced me the most in that sense. It's not really maybe obvious, it doesn't look like his art, but he influenced me in that way that I understood that I can work with these intensive colors.
Fantastic. You have accomplished this feminist, I call it, this feminist series of powerful and colorful women portraits. Which one of them is your self-portrait and why?
Oh, well, none of them is my self-portrait, and all of them are my self-portrait. So I think it's kind of, as I said, I'm inspired by many things, and I'm inspired by my experiences of just this life and this human experience we are having. And so everything I find in it, every experience I have, all these different places and cultures and everything I see around myself, I inspire and I find myself in them. So in my portraits, I always put a little bit of myself, and I think it's impossible for an artist to not like put themselves in it, but it's kind of, all my portraits are my experiencing of the world, so it's me like mirroring in everything else.
Now, you are continuously exploring, as you mentioned, religious, different cultures, rituals. However, I perceive in every single one of your paintings colors, vibrant colors, hand and facial shapes that reminds me of Mexico muralism. Is this a conscious act?
Well, not really, but I love the question, because I love when my art, I have one idea when I paint, but I love when people see something else, or they see something that I actually did not plan for. So I'm glad that it has opportunity to be different things for different people for other people to see different things in it. So I'm glad for the question, and that it actually reminds you of something that I haven't planned to be there, but if it is there, it's amazing.
But were you, I guess I read in one of your bios that you had the opportunity to go to Mexico.
Yes, I'm in love with Mexico completely.
So is it possible that you were absorbing unconsciously all these the anatomy on the frescoes and murals, because the hands and the facials, it's very, to me, I can perceive it truly inclined to Mexico.
Hmm. Well, for me, yeah, I mean, I really absorb a lot and I love to read about cultures. And I was in Mexico and it was absolutely amazing. I mean, that country is just explosion of inspirations. It's insane, and I really do think it's probably. I mean, I'm a big fan of the culture, and so it probably stayed in me. There is a lot of things that just sometimes, because when I paint, I'm not really planning that much, so it just goes out. It just goes out, and I do believe that absolutely it's somewhere there in my subconscious, but it wasn't on a conscious level.
Your vibrant and colorful women are very also distinguished with a systematic geometric structure on the final composition. Is this also a way your process of painting, how it begins, is based upon geometric forms?
Yes, yes. So it starts really with the putting the body in on the canvas, so like making a composition. But then it's absolutely, I start with geometrical forms in the body and in the background. For me, I think it helps me first of all construct my ideas, put all the ideas in their space, and it's really the way I think maybe even partly it's because I studied architecture, so maybe I like the construction of things, but as well, I just love geometry. I think it helps explain better everything. And I mean, geometry is kind of in everything around us, so it's completely, it is part of
Yes,
all.
completely agree. And also, you might have this enormous influence from your grandfather and your mother since you were a child.
Absolutely. I think I was corrected when I was a kid. We will draw how I will make my room, and they will correct me in an architectural way. Oh, this is not possible because architectural is like this and like this, and the construction of things. So I was always in how to construct things, and I guess it stays with me in a constructing and painting kind of.
It is present in every single one of them. I love your paintings. And the final question that everybody gets, of course, is if you find the opportunity to meet with one of your favorite artists, dead or alive, who would that be? And what would be the first question you would ask?
That's a hard question, but I mean, from a point of curiosity, I would definitely go for somebody that is not it's not here anymore for sure. And then I was thinking maybe somebody that is not just an artist but has a wide view of our world and everything. So I'll go maybe for classic Leonardo da Vinci. I will have.
Okay. He has it all.
He's completely out of the box, but I love his wide interest, and he's kind of a legend, so the curiosity is absolutely there about him. So I think that will be the person I would have to choose. And then the question, well, that is even harder, but I think I will, depends on his mood. I would ask him either to be his student, or I will ask him to tell me what he thinks is the purpose of life.